It's 2024 and you're not sure whether to buy a home or sit on the sidelines. With so many articles about the real estate industry, the NAR settlement, and just the housing market as a whole, it can be overwhelming if you're actively in the market. I'm here to tell you that if you're thinking about purchasing a home in this market, then there are several things that you should consider when deciding if purchasing is right for you. If you're looking for a house right now, you're facing way different issues than what your parents probably did when they were purchasing a home.
I'm not nervous. Don't be nervous.
And I want to provide context to what's happening. People are getting priced out of the market with more and more people entertaining the option of renting outside of actually wanting to. So in today's video, I want to shine some light on what's really happening and how to avoid the regrets of buying a home. Let's start out with market conditions. You want to understand market conditions and how it's behaving. Are home prices skyrocketing or are they at a risk of a sudden drop? At the current moment, there are a little over 15,000 listings on the market, with about 5.3 months of inventory here in San Antonio, according to the San Antonio Board of Realtors. Whether having more than 15,000 listings is good or bad, it depends largely on the overall health of the real estate market and the economic conditions, and as we all know, they're a little interesting to say the least.
You got that right.
For sellers, it could signal a need to price competitively and prepare for the longer time on the market. For buyers, this could mean more choices and potential bargains. Like I've said before on this channel, don't let the emotion for a home be the decision maker. The purchase of a home has to make sense for you financially, and for some, overpaying for a home is exactly what happened. Based on a survey from Clever Real Estate, which found that 93% of home buyers in 2023 felt regrets of buying a home, and 28% of them felt that they spent way too much. This is a simple fix, which is sticking to your budget. You should always get pre-approved for a mortgage when you start looking for a home. But if you're working with a mortgage broker, ask them to run the numbers at various price points to see what you're likely to pay. I was recently working with a client of mine and she was wanting certain features in her home that were at a slightly higher price point. But it was she who stuck firm to her pre-approval and specifically said, "Frank, I'm getting outside the range that I told myself that I wanted to be in." Up until this point, I had showed her homes that were exactly in her price point, and I didn't budge from what I knew her price point to be. She asked to see something at a slightly higher price point to see if the price was worth it compared to where she was at, and I was happy that she ultimately decided to stick to her conservative price point. Look, I'm not here to upsell anyone. I'm here to provide guidance and respect the parameters of someone's price point. I couldn't have commended my client enough for sticking to her budget because it's not just the mortgage that you have to consider paying. It's everything under the sun that you have to pay for just to live, in addition to the mortgage payment. And if it's the first time to the channel, my name is Frank. My wife Alyssa and I, who run a small husband and wife real estate team, get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you looking to buy homes right here in San Antonio. So if that's you, don't be shy or hesitate. Just give us a call, send us a text, or send us a quick email. That way we can help you make a move right here to San Antonio. And if you've gotten any value out of this video, then feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications. That way you can be a part of our growing community. Now back to the video. Now, while you might be excited to secure a home, the reality of high maintenance costs can quickly turn your home into a financial burden. At least according to 33% of people who took the survey and said that they felt that buying a home requires too much maintenance. You may have bought your house just to get into a great neighborhood, even if you weren't in love with the house. But one of the best ways to make a house more of your own is to renovate. That's if you have the cash to make those changes. Due to the high rise in labor costs and the rise in the cost of building materials, home maintenance has never been more expensive. I've had clients that love homes with a little touch of character, and I'm guilty of it too, but all it means is that they love homes that are a bit older and may require a bit more upkeep. Depending on the age of the home, items like roofs, windows, and foundation might be nearing the end of their lifespan, which may lead to extensive repairs, which is why I always recommend getting a home inspection. Getting a home inspection not only allows you the opportunity to find possible deficiencies in a home, but it allows you the opportunity to assess your current offer and make sure it's the right home for you before you feel like you bought too quickly. Which leads me to the next item on the list, which is that 30% of home buyers feel that they bought a home way too quickly, which that should never be the case. There are so many houses on the market at times, and I understand if the market is competitive, you can feel a huge amount of pressure to purchase a home quickly before someone else puts in an offer before you do. But when that offer gets accepted, it really hits. and you might start questioning if you really made the right choice. You really have to take a step back and look at the bigger picture and ask yourself the important questions. Did you buy too quickly? Is this really the home that you want? Does the home fit your family's needs? Could you live here long term? And do you really like the neighborhood? To avoid that feeling of buyer's remorse, it's important to slow down and think things through. Start by making a list of your wants and needs in a home and prioritize what you absolutely need, what would be nice to have, and what you can live without. Then take a look at the market of what's available and see what you'd be willing to compromise on. With a national average of interest rates currently sitting at about 6.3%, you really have to be sure if the home you're considering purchasing makes financial sense. As interest rates continue to stay high, the amount of money you can borrow decreases, which directly affects your purchasing power. This means you might have to settle for a less expensive home than what you were considering. Home prices as a whole are at all-time highs, and 28% of home buyers, according to the same survey, regret paying for a home due to the high interest rates. Even if the Fed continues to cut interest rates, how much could you sustain your monthly mortgage over several years? And according to an article written by usbank.com, housing affordability remains a meaningful problem, says Hayworth. Potential homebuyers are being priced out of the market, or they need to save up more to make a larger down payment to keep their mortgage payment reasonable. Now that takes me to the next point, which is that 23% of homebuyers felt that they were pressured to make an offer. Now that feeling could be coming from a multitude of reasons, like feeling pressured to lay roots for you and your family. Maybe you're not interested in purchasing an apartment or even renting for that matter. Or maybe it's just the pressure of the market thinking that if more interest rates are cut even more in the future, home prices are going to increase even more so. But the one type of pressure that you shouldn't be feeling is from your real estate agent. It's no secret that even real estate agents are feeling the heat of the market. With not as many buyers looking to purchase homes, but finding an agent that is for you is extremely important. And if you're not looking or needing representation, I could understand. But for some, it's not that easy to hop into the home buying process with no direction. Having representation could be extremely important for your first few homes to make sure that you're receiving what is promised to you and that you are completing the transaction correctly. With so much uncertainty in the market, rushing into a home purchase could lead to some serious regrets. It's crucial to consider all the factors before making a decision. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.